great for him. Of course, we have the platforms here to kind of help, him recover and kind of move around. Of course, platforms are good for platform extensions. So that kind of gives you like that little extra sauce on the side when you're already in on Villager, because it's already hard to get in on him. But once you're in, you're like, I want to get as much damage as possible. You can do things like dropping PK fire off the side too. But of course, when I talk about like what the projectiles open up for Ness, I can't just, even though I know it's not that big of a deal, I can't ignore the fact that these projectiles can be pocketed and used against Ness. So it's so weird. Like the matchup in most characters are very player dependent, very like, I mean, it's all I guess about mechanics, but it's very rare that we get two characters like this where like I can take your projectile, but if you throw it back, I can absorb it, and I can like, that's always a very huge RNG thing. It's like, remember Austin versus MBD, it's like, well, if I absorb grenades, then I win, but if I don't, then you win. So like really, how does it go?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like you get the absorb character and the pocket character on the screen at the same time. Normally you're just dealing with one of those. But all right, let's see what Pokelam's gonna do. The advantage. Oh my god, just dropping it on him. Jesus, I think the advantage to Ness having air dodge for Villager is that he knows he doesn't have to deal with any present threat, and he can just kind of take that time to set the field up, rather than worrying about hitboxes or like some janky PK Thunder angle or something. But wow, Pokelam so far in a huge lead. I mean, once he took that stock, it's just been the Pokelam show.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, gonna go for the back throw, yes. And then of course there is not a scream for Villager. I mean, could you imagine if Villager had a voice?
Right.
Actually, I'm getting like frightened. I'm like, what would his voice sound like? I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
the Animal Crossing characters are just like, they just talk like
yeah. Oh my god, imagine you send them off the stage.
Anyway, make it happen.
High level analysis by Max and Rod.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if that bowling ball came out, you certainly would have seen Ness with one stock. That's all I gotta say about that. But all right, the tree is up, and I feel like that's just so scary. Like that cuts off so many angles of approach for characters like Ness. Oh, and he just holds it and lets it rip. No pocket necessary.
And again, that's just like, using your tools against him. I mean, we know that Ness has a really great... Oh! Wait up!
Dude! We were thinking that this was going to be Villager edgeguarding Ness, but that is something I never expected. Amazing aim there by BestNess, too. And now he's got the momentum on his side.
And see, I talked about this before. There's something about the way that Pokelam recovers with balloons where, like, you can tell that most players, they just don't even pressure that. So he's just like, I don't typically use balloons. I usually don't just, use my jump and Void Rocket to get back. But I will if I have to, but I would rather not. And that just interaction proved me like, yo, if there's an opportunity to punish balloons, do it.
BestNess on fire right now. Wow, this was looking so good for Villager, man. All the potential things were happening, you know what I'm saying? We saw the bowling ball edge guard. We saw the tree keeping him out, and now it's just like, yeah, one sloppy recovery from a character who really never struggles to get back most of the time. And like you said, man, nobody generally tries to challenge it because they're like, it'll only hit one balloon or it'll hit Villager too, and it's just not worth it. But man, BestNess, fruits of his labor certainly paying off right there.
Yeah, I mean, or just even going off the stage in general in Ultimate, it's the tale as old as time we talk about how better ledge trapping is and stuff, as opposed to actually going off stage and ledge guarding. But here, though, those are just those with opportunity where you're like, I got to take it, because if I don't, I might not be able to bring this one back.
Oh, dude, there are so many close calls right now. This is actually terrifying. When BestNess PK Thunder 2'd into the Void... Oh, no, and he catches the jump! Oh, my God! Forcing an action right there with the Void Rocket. Dude, this is going to be a set and a half. I'm telling you right now, just based on the way Game 1 went. If I'm Pokelam, I am dropping like 30, 40 Hail Marys right now.
Yeah. Pokelam is playing completely out of his mind here this evening. I mean, BestNess, of course, we talk about how we think this matchup goes. We talk about the game mechanics. We talk about all of that. But in reality, BestNess doesn't really give a damn about any of that. BestNess is going to be BestNess at the end of the day. And Pokelam's certainly well aware of that. Pokelam not letting up at all. I mean, he knows that, hey, I have a pretty strong option in taking away your recovery options, so be careful how you go after me off stage. But looking at the relentlessness that BestNess is bringing, I'm sure that's kind of thrown Pokelam for a loop, and he's like, well, if I can't, combat you off stage the way I want to, I certainly have a couple options in my arsenal to stick it to you on stage.
That is relentless right now.
Relentless. All right.
All right. Chasing him off with the forward airs. Pokelam got to make a recovery happen. You could see he's kind of scared now. He's like, oh, you aimed that one back air perfectly. You kind of have some chops in terms of edge guarding my character that other people haven't really displayed. But Pokelam's so good at just setting up the Lloyd Rocket, forcing the jump, you know, knowing exactly what people are going to do to avoid it.
I mean, even historically getting, you know, popping the balloons. A lot of times people will pop it at an angle where, because, you know, he pops up a little bit after he falls out of the balloon. And like, damn, I did all that work to pop the balloons just for him to pop himself up and get to the ledge. I don't like that. So, you know, it has to be a little demoralizing, or it's not demoralizing. It definitely has the Animal Crossing character players on high alert. Like, oh, he did that and he might do it again. So certainly stay well aware here. Be prepared in my Scar voice.
Oh, wow. I'm shocked that that back air didn't go through and hit Villager. Such an even match so far. EMG, baby. Oh, and the up smash. Wow, Villager, enough meat on his bones to eat that one up, but not the up air. All right, gonna kill off the side. Excellent DI from Pokelam, but just still not enough to survive it.
Not at all, but I think the great thing that Pokelam has on his side is kind of the nature of Villager, like that setup type of play. Like, even if the pressure's thick, even if he's in the deficit, just the ability to, you know, use your tools to slow a match down. Like, you know, I'm going to set up shop regardless. This is what my character does. So sooner or later, you're going to have to start playing around me, whether you have the lead or not. So I never feel like, you know, Villagers are ever too much. They're never too pressed, like when they're in a deficit. I mean, depending on the character, you know, their options are a little wonky. But for the most, oh, see, yeah, I'm just like, you know, like he's gonna find it sooner or later.
Yeah, a lot of ways for this character to peel stocks back, and Pokelam's certainly aware of pretty much all of them. Oh, great spacing on that back air from BestNess, though, making sure he didn't get neutral aired out of shield, and he's keeping the pressure up. Oh my god, if he spot dodged right there and took a bowling ball, I think just the mental damage would have been more than the literal damage on the screen. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of players just, it could be due to Wi-Fi, just not great at DIing out of PK Fire. I think it's actually so easy, but, you know, of course it's counterintuitive to be hitting away. You know, you're setting yourself up to DI out, especially when you're by the ledge. You don't want to put yourself off stage, but man, BestNess just not letting up at all.
You know what I was thinking with the PK Fire was, like, you know, sometimes when you get grounded, you're just like, okay, they're waiting for me to jump out, so I better not jump out now, or I need to jump out. Like, I sometimes think, like, is that what's happening with PK Fire? But then I think, like, getting hit with PK Fire puts an opponent on a much more high, like, oh, I'm in PK Fire, I need to get out of this and fast. You know, not quite like where, oh my god,
Wow.
Not getting grounded, but never mind any of that. Bowling ball not closing it out right there on the ledge, just flying right through it. Got his hard hat on today.
Oh, hold up, though. Pokelam's starting to bring this one back. Margins are a lot closer than they were before. Gets the Lloyd into back air. Oh, and taking a little too much time to plant that seed, allowing BestNess to fight his way out of disadvantage with PK Thunder. Oh, consecutive PK Fires. He's just lighting them up. He's just lighting them up. And the tree. Oh, my god. It unfortunately cost him his life, but, I mean, Pokelam's got to feel pretty bad getting swagged on like that.
Yeah, I mean, his own tree kind of working against him. He said, well, you got the tree. I'll bring the fire, brother. I mean, come on. Down throw.
Oh,
there's
jab
jab
block. Only gets one nair off it, but still insane to see it.
Oh, okay, goes for the fall away forward there. Probably thought he's going to try to go for the grab or something right afterwards, and actually beat him to the punch, man. Kind of playing off of his own mistake. Oh, get
I like
off.
Pokelam challenging the down B from Ness, because that's actually kind of like fake-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it throws the hitbox out, but a lot of people just kind of freeze up and don't try to swing back on him. But either way, BestNess cleaning it up, back throw, the classic.
Yeah, BestNess, you know, game number 1 was game number 1. We're going to see how this goes for game number 2, and it looks like he was able to put himself a point on the board. You know, this is definitely what BestNess needs. You know, you have to figure out a way to, you know, to stop the bleeding. I mean, you're already on the loser side, so you're bleeding a little bit coming into this, regardless of how hard you're fighting, you know, or how hard you've been fighting for losers. Pokelam, though, you know, definitely got styled on a little bit in a few of those interactions, most notably the PK Fire and Tree interaction. I liked it at first because he was using the Lloyd Rocket to stuff it out, but then I realized he's getting uncomfortably close to that tree. He's going to eat this fire sooner or later.
That was nuts, man. The, like, 4, 5, 6 PK Fires in a row. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Back to the tree, man. All right, anyway. Going into game 3, we got an even set count here. Of course, Pokelam coming from the winner side of things is really going to help. But, I don't know, man. I don't know. BestNess looking like a new man today.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right. Game number 3 here. Moving home sweet home here for Villager. Maybe not competitively, but definitely canonically here. BestNess, of course, again, bringing a lot to the table. The offstage, pressure has been phenomenal, regardless of, whatever we think the interaction should go or how it should go, rather. BestNess is, of course, rewriting how that plays out. But that's not stopping the fact that Pokelam still wants Ness off stage. I would hope that he, makes a little bit more of an effort here to, utilize his time out there versus Ness. I mean, he tried that bowling ball once in the last game and it worked. Then he tried it in game number 2 on top of PK Missile and it did not work out in his favor. But I'd like to see him maybe go off for a Nair or 3. Who knows?
Yeah, it's tricky because Ness is still kind of dangerous off the stage. I mean, if he has the time to throw a Nair out or up air or something, oh, force into PK Thunder. Oh, and I love that. He tried to use the Lloyd Rocket as something for Ness to collide with because if he hits something, it halves the distance he travels. Very smart, but unfortunately it didn't work out.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. But yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense now too because any missed opportunity, versus edge guarding Ness off stage results in just damage. Like you're going to get hit with something,
and a lot of it.
And a lot of it, yeah. Whether it's a forward air, whether it's like some of the after effects of PK Thunder, whatever it is, you're going to get hit with something.
All right, we've got that stare down when both characters are near kill percent. Nobody wants to commit to anything too hard. See them just teasing the approach, but not quite going for it. And now BestNess going to win neutral there. Get Pokelam off stage, but what does he have for him? Villager, of course, difficult to edge guard. We did see that, prove false in game 1, but I don't know if he's going to be able to repeat something like that.
Yeah. He's looking for that grab. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Lloyd Rocket, yeah, and Slingshot again, stopping these aerial approaches. It can be very dangerous. You always got to make sure you kind of beat Ness to the draw on these aerial trades because a lot of what Ness is going to toss out these later percents can KO you like Nair and back air and forward air. Of course, if forward air doesn't kill, it will chain into possibly another one. Oh, you tried that. You tried it.
Oh, wow. Back throw actually from Villager being the kill and back air from Ness. All right. Very, very strong move as you were just saying.
It's coming sooner or later. Yeah, this is a banger.
Yeah, it really is. Even though it's like kind of one of those low-key chill songs, this is a great one.
Yeah, Animal Crossing definitely has like some of the best chill songs in the game. Okay, Nair pressure.
Okay. Up air to fair, I like that. Creative stuff from Pokelam. Oh, wow. Gets out of the PK Fire, only to fall back into it. Only to fall right back into another one afterward.
Okay, go for the fall in Nair. Sheesh.
I don't know what he was trying to pocket right there. There's no way a projectile found its way over there, but either way, BestNess starting to pull ahead here. Yep, just aggressively edge guarding. And does he do it again? Okay, no, he does. Oh, he does!
Oh! And then walks the dog on him.
Very clean and finds the stock. All right, BestNess looking good, man. And you got to think, if he goes up 2-1, that puts him in a great position to win the set, and then all he's got to do is just run it back one more time.
And this is what I was talking about before. Like, I never really know how the matchup goes between these two because, like, there's the game mechanics, whatever. But, you also have to take into consideration the competitive nature of both these two players and, what I'm willing to give versus what I'm willing to take, man. And the example of that in Ultimate was Austin versus MVP. Like, if I do this, then I win. If you don't, whatever. But then it's like the rabbit hole goes deeper. Like, then why don't you just do it? It was like, well, because the other guy's not letting me do it. And we're certainly seeing that kind of play out here, man. BestNess is just playing around everything that Villager can do to Ness off stage. The naring him, slingshots, galore, dropping the bowling ball on him. He's so persistent and so smooth at just playing around that. But Pokelam, though, I'm sure, just playing a character like Villager, you always have the element of surprise on your side.
Yeah, I think what's really impressive is that BestNess... Oh! Broke his shield. That's what I was going to say. I'm a prophet, and I knew that was about to happen. Good lord. Dead at 45 to the charge forward smash.
Wow.
But what I was actually going to say is it's impressive that he's so good at counteracting those tools when it's definitely like matchup experience against villagers in short supply.
I agree. I know because a lot of the best villagers in the world up until Ultimate, I don't know if they retired, but they're not playing as much. Like Aardvark is not playing, and Renai had to stop playing because he worked with Nintendo or something weird, and just basically a lot of them are just not over here. Kept, of course, is across the pond. So it's tough. It's very tough.
Yeah, man. This is this game, it's just got so many variables, right? Like 80 something characters and all kinds of different play styles, and now you throw Wi-Fi into the mix, and that's just another wrench. There's a lot of stuff going on in Ultimate, and to win consistently is an extremely impressive feat. So I've got nothing but respect for the people who managed to do it.
Yeah. I definitely don't have it in me to be a competitive player at all. That's too much thinking. I'd much prefer to just talk with my homies about what's happening here, but less thinking. Anyway, let's move into the next game. Like we talked about, BestNess going up 2-1. He has to be feeling pretty damn good about himself. And so I'm not saying Pokelam sweating. Of course, being on the winner side, you do have a set to kind of work around. But do you really want to give your opponent that comfortability of mind knowing that they had what it took to turn it back around on you and force it to another set? You kind of want to kill it, not only just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint too.
Exactly. It can be exhausting once you lose that first set to be like, damn, I was close. Like I took a game or two, and now I got to run it back. And he's got the momentum. So I don't know. I'm hoping that Pokelam can at least, bring this to a game 5 just for his own sake.
Okay, good trade. Staying virtually even-ish here. I mean, I do think, Pokelam starting to pull away. This is actually really good for him because, oh my God, that's exactly what I was getting ready to talk about. You have now the platforms that are a little bit closer to the ledge as opposed to what we've seen on some of this prior where you can just rock it right down from a higher distance.
Wow, that was wild. He got... Oh, okay, he's trying to pick the PK fires up pretty consistently, I think. But, oh man, instead picks up a back air to the face, and that's going to be BestNess making a bit of a comeback there. I mean, Pokelam was leading pretty solidly at the beginning of this match.
Yeah, and that's the thing about BestNess, man. Like, it's that clutch factor. It's the nature of Ness, too. Like, Ness, of course, can chip away at you for a long periods of time, but when that percent gets high, the boxing match is virtually over, but we got to talk about the disadvantage state. Now we're starting to see, Pokelam abuse it a little bit more. Little off on the mark in a couple of those instances, but was able to kind of make magic happen for himself right there. Oh my God.
BestNess so wildly aggressive right now. Oh, and he does it again. He's so good at popping the balloons and not hitting Villager, but unfortunately that time it also popped Villager up. Wow. He's got to make a crazy recovery happen, and yep, as long as that move can go, you are just completely wide open during it.
It's all about distance there and not safety. My goodness, yes, another back air. Oh, try to go for the forwarder that time. Very smart. He knows that it hits multi. Probably trying to get in between him and the Lloyd Rocket here. Pokelam has got to make a play and fast. BestNess says, I don't care how this matchup goes anymore. I mean, it's very evident now. Okay, I have not given you any opportunities to really punish me off stage, so now you're forced to box me. You sure this is really what you want to do, player?
All right, we are looking like we're staring down a bracket reset. I'm gonna keep it real, Rod.
Yeah. I think I see what you see as well, man. We both got glasses on here. I'm seeing the world through Max's eyes.
Oh, hold up. Okay, smart by Pokelam to let the bowling ball go early, just because he could have got rocketed right in the face, and instead, BestNess gonna just take it out with up smash. That is a bracket reset, Chief. I am if I'm Pokelam, I'm kind of nervous right now. BestNess has been on fire all day.
Yeah, he's been on fire figuratively, and his opponents have been on fire quite literally, unfortunately. Just the direct result of PK fire shenanigans at the ledge of the stage. And of course, BestNess knows how to make the great use of his time there when that lands. Yeah, so now we got ourselves a bracket reset, like Max says. So if you're just tuning in, welcome. You haven't missed a tournament. We've still got a lot of matches left here left to play. Excuse me. Happy birthday, 2020 Pokelam. Armada's very own BestNess. Two very strong, very destructive players right here throwing it down, but BestNess was able to kind of do away with that first set there in a very dominant fashion. But let's see if Pokelam can dig deep. Playing off stage has not benefited him. He's also being pressured off stage, which even me just saying that is very strange because like we don't, you don't pressure characters like Ness and Villager off stage like that, or not Ness, excuse me, but Villager and Isabelle. They're going to come back, but to have the confidence to do it not once, but throughout the majority of that last set, that has to, put the Pokelam on high alert. So hopefully he mixes it up here.
Yeah, Ness just being like a floaty character with a giant double jump and really good aerials. I think it's kind of the perfect storm to attempt edge guarding Villager, you know what I'm saying? And if he has to come at that like 45-degree angle toward the ledge, could get really ugly really fast. And now we see these two 1-1 in sets here at Happy Birthday, but they are also 3-3 in games. So this is very interesting. This is like the ultimate tiebreaker between these two right now.
Let's see how it goes. The chat saying that this is a revenge match, and I gotta say it is. It is. Certainly quite a bit on the line here. Of course, there's money. Of course, first place. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more than one birthday here, depending on who wins that money. But on the opposite end of that, thinking of how this is gonna go too, just looking at bracket karma. You put me in the losers. I'm coming back hungry. I'm coming back with a vengeance. Can you stop it? I have to see how it goes.
Oh, the fair hitting right through the Lloyd Rocket right before it activates. That is always a bad feel when you're playing Villager. It's like, man, this thing is supposed to protect me, keep me safe, you know what I'm saying? But it just doesn't sometimes. And I like how BestNess is making some really calculated, aggressive choices just to power through Villager's moves. Again, right there.
Oh my goodness. And then almost okay.
God.
Oh my goodness. Firmly grasp it in your hand right there. Just goes for back row. And he's looking to grab the PK Thunder here this time. He knows that, this is not necessarily a last ditch effort, but I have more opportunities to use it. I'm going to do it. I'm actually really surprised too, man. But then on the opposite end, I'm kind of not. Just looking at the way Villager keeps recovering. Pokelam keeps going for Lloyd Rocket right linear with the ledge. And I'm like, dude, I get it. Most characters probably can't punish this. That's why you're used to doing it. But BestNess is going to get underneath it and forward you every time. You know what I'm saying? You got to mix it up a bit.
Yep, he's got that crazy aerial mobility that this character is so notorious for. And wow, all right, here we go. It's that 45-degree angle. Oh, great dodge there by Pokelam, but still, is that enough? He's going to actually ride the Lloyd Rocket and crash right into him. Whoa. I want to talk about a last-ditch effort on recovery. That's certainly one right there, but it pays off for Pokelam, and he takes the first stock to set number 2. Quickly responded to, though.
Yeah, obviously you can't let either side right here get too much of a lead. Not because of the play or whatever, but also just the nature of the characters. Both of these two characters do really, really good when there's a lead on deck. Very good. They got tools to keep an opponent out. Oh, I'll take that. Oh, he said I got all the fire on me.
Looking for this chase down. BestNess just doing anything he can to stick the pressure to Pokelam. He knows, you know what, man? I have 2 projectiles, but they're not really, great. They're solid, but you don't really use them like Villager would and like most zoners would, and they can also be pocketed. So BestNess just wants to be right up in his face at all times.
And he's trying yet the dip.
What a gnarly reversal there! Pokelam snatching that stock away from BestNess.
Pokelam.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh, the clutch factor. I mean, what more can really be said about BestNess in that? But don't want to take too much away from Pokelam. Oh, you're get punched, homie. Wow.
These leads are lasting 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was a great conversion. Well, I can't get over that using. Oh my goodness. Dropping the bowling ball right on top of him from there before, but man, the ledge game. I mean, every time I want to talk about one thing, another really big play happens on the opposite end of the spectrum, man. Great gameplay here, man. This is crazy. 85% right here, man. BestNess again trailing forward, and just the BestNess train just steamrolling right here over Pokelam in some of these exchanges. The Pokelam, though, of course, is always going to try to play the calm, cool, collected game. He's going to try to chisel his way back into this, and that's the tough part because Ness, after a while, he says, "I'm done boxing, homie. I'm too old to be boxing. I'm here for back throw, back air, and nair, homie, at these later percents."
Rod, if you told me that one of the highest octane sets I may have ever seen in Ultimate would be between Ness and Villager, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have called you crazy, told you to get out of my house. But man, these two are going back and forth, and I'm here for it. It's actually really sick. One of them makes a huge play, destroys the stock, and then BestNess, it's really BestNess getting mopped up and then comes back and makes the craziest stuff happen, and it's just so consistent. He's not scared. If anything, I feel like it motivates him to make a huge play. Some people, they'll take that mental damage, you know what I'm saying, and it'll hurt them for a bit, but This guy, I think it just fuels a fire within him.
Yeah, I think Ness is just too strong on stage for a character like Villager. I know that there's a large part of the match that's played off stage, and I know Villager, of course, plays it very well. And if there was ever a character to play it very well on, it would be Ness. But he's just not even getting any opportunities to get Ness off stage. I mean, Ness in the neutral is so tough. A lot of his stuff just, he can work around Lloyd Rocket very well. He can play the chip damage game where I'm throwing PK fires. You're getting hit with forward air and a lot of things that don't have a lot of knockback. But what happens is in these later percents is I just have the ability. Oh my goodness!
No way.
Still better, but is this the return of Isabelle at high level in Ultimate? I mean, it's been a while.
I don't know, man. If you ask me, this is an L. I don't think you want to be picking this character pretty much ever. I think she's just explicitly worse than Villager in a lot of ways. But I don't know, man. I'm ready to see something surprising. So far, it's been working out for him, but BestNess, of course, you just give him one opportunity and the damage starts flying.
Agree. Oh, Nair forwarder. Yeah, I agree. I mean, explosive start. Oh, okay. PK Thunder looks like, does it interact with her balloons a little differently than Villagers? That's kind of knocked her right out of that.
I'm not exactly sure on the differences between their up B. I'd imagine it's somewhat similar. Oh, looking for jab to up smash, but not working out there. Yeah, so I guess the key difference, right, is that you're not going to have Lloyd Rocket, and I think that's just explicitly worse. Like, yeah, you get the one coming out of the ground. That also means you don't have tree. But the fishing rod is cool and everything, but I don't know, man. I feel like you need that wall. You need that protection. Just set up those easy plays where you know that they're going to jump. But I don't know. Again, I'm willing to be surprised for sure. That fishing rod does have some gnarly kill power behind it, given the right circumstances.
Agreed. I also think, Ness also does really well with recoveries, like, using rods and tether styles to come back. Like, Ness doesn't really mind that just because of how long some of the aerials last in his arsenal. But this match still okay for the most part, only 38%. I think, just the way that you approach the neutral physically is very similar to Villager, so I know that he's working with a lot of that here. Oh, takes PK Fire from him. I'd like to see that used a little bit more, too. I mean, you don't quite have the normals that Ness has, but what you do have is that you can take some of Ness's stuff and kind of use it against him if you play play creatively enough. But, oh, my. Yeah, you also lose bowling balls.
Yeah, I was going to say that, yeah. But fortunately, BestNess looked like he took a bowling ball there anyway. He's just lost stock to the poor angle, unfortunately. He's been so on point with them all night. I guess you got to mess one up eventually.
That's right.
If the Isabelle takes a game here because of the SD and I have to eat my words saying this character sucks, I'm going to be so mad.
No, I think she's, the character's living up to your statements here, but I think the fact that even though the character's not bad, being piloted by Pokelam just kind of, takes his character and pushes it to the next level here. And, I got to say, not quite probably the lead Pokelam wants, but at least it's still very close here, and I gotta really tip my hat to him on that. Really trying to utilize this fishing rod here to kind of supplement the fact that Lloyd Rocket is not in a position where you probably wanted to be here with this character.
Okay, get the Nair out of shield. Let's see, Pokelam, can you do it? Can you take the game with Isabelle? Kind of rooting for it just because it's a new and exciting character that, we never really see. And she still has a lot of the things that make Villager great. Of course, really the forward air and back air, which is, I think, like the most defining attribute of the character. I don't know why he's jumping around and pocketing. Like, is he really expecting to get a PK Fire from those spacings? I don't think so. I mean, it could be for the invincibility, but, like, you could just avoid him instead. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. Because I'm trying to, factor in, okay, he's probably doing that because that's what he does with Villager. But then I'm like, well, also, though, Isabelle is unfortunately not Villager, so there has to be a method to this madness somewhere, but wherever it is, it's definitely working. The problem is, again, you're chipping away at Ness, but you're not really KOing him. And I'm not saying that, BestNess is relying on being a rage monster or anything like that, because Ness certainly can kill without it, but, he's also going to utilize it if he has to. I mean,
it doesn't mean he's not a rage monster, Yeah,
it doesn't mean he said, I can transform into the monster, but don't give me a reason to. I don't have to.
Right, but you're not going to like it when I do. I think there's a whole superhero about that.
Yeah, the Incredible something. Hulk something.
The Incredible Shulk.
The Incredible Shulk. Right. You won't like it when I transform into attack.
All right, here we go. Pokelam takes it with Isabelle. I mean, he had a little help there from the SD on BestNess's part, but that's not to say that he didn't play extremely well. I don't know. If he sticks with this, he's a gamer at the very least. I mean, I have to appreciate the attempt, but if you want my fully honest opinion, man, I think the best thing to do would be to switch right back to Villager after that. At least it's even now. You're playing a quick best of 3, and Pokelam has already shown that he has what it takes to take a best of 3 off of BestNess, as that's what happened in the winners bracket earlier today.
Well, I'm interested to see how the rest of it's going to kind of go down here. Here in Ultimate, especially to be this far into the game, we know how matchups go, but there's always like that unpredictability that, hey, there's that one character that did, like the unpredictable character story arc is something that's just like told nonstop in Ultimate. Like whether it's, Esam playing Min for the first time, or, Salem doing stuff with Hero, and it's like, these characters are just like, it can happen now. I do think that, Isabelle, though, even as that storyline kind of plays out, Isabelle definitely needs some help. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I guess it worked. I don't really know really what more to say about it other than like, let's go. We got some more games at least.
That up tilt is another nice little niche that Isabelle has over Villager. That's pretty cool. You've got that. He really is using the pocket as just like a pseudo air dodge. It's very cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. I could tell you one thing. He'll certainly get more Twitter followers if he wins the tournament with Isabelle, because that's like headline worthy.
Oh, hell yeah. I agree.
Okay, I mean, he's keeping up. He's keeping up, dude. This is actually kind of insane.
Yeah, both players really hell-bent on making sure not one side gets any sort of a lead. There's a back throw. Yeah, giving the Animal Crossing characters any sort of real lead, in the wrong hands could be very troublesome and very smart. Taking a page out of his book from what we've seen in game number 1 of the first set, punishing an anti-air, or punishing an air dodge, excuse me, with the anti-air option, is not allowing Ness to kind of jump over you for free.
Oh, and the fishing rod, just not safe. It is very scary from far away if you leave yourself open, but man, just looks like BestNess is ready for it pretty much every time. Oh, okay. I like the placements he's going for with Isabelle's Lloyd Rocket, but again, I can't help but feel like the horizontal one is sorely missed in a matchup like this.
Yeah, certainly. Because, the opportunities to use one like that really is limited to just if Ness is above you, which, if Ness is played correctly, Ness would not allow himself to, be over you like that in a disadvantaged position. But linear-wise, like, just right in your face, it's a little different. Oh, my goodness. Back air? No.
We were going to see a down smash and potentially a dead dog right there. But I don't know. BestNess starting to build this lead up. Yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand. We could see him go up 2-1, man. I don't know if Isabelle was the medicine, man. Oh, okay. Neutral air. Just going to pop him. And that move does have a little extra punch compared to Villagers, I guess.
There's the back right there. But yeah, a little off the mark there, man. And no bites today, unfortunately. I know I like the attempt. You're trying to play to his weaknesses. You want him off stage, but it's just not happening right there at that angle. 4 up airs in a row right here. BestNess, you monster. Looking really good right now. Pokelam, though, still hanging in this, only 47%, but every whiffed grab is just an opportunity for more damage. Oh!
Okay. Pokelam, he's still got the fighting spirit in him, man. Down to stock, you can see this guy has no intentions of letting up. Okay. Depending on what this edge guard is, we could see a chance. But no, BestNess going to make it back to stage.
Oh, is he going to? Oh, pops him right up with PK Thunder and, okay, training mode combos. Just PK Thunder back here. Great stuff.
All right. And it looks like that X factor, that introduced a slightly different character to the mix factor has now worn out. And BestNess very comfortably taking that 3rd game.
But the question is now, what other characters does Pokelam have? Because I like this type of mindset that Pokelam's bringing. Villager didn't work. Isabelle worked the game, didn't work another game. I got games to spare. Now you have no more games to spare. Do we go back to what we know best? Or do we try, I don't know, Meat Gunner or something crazy? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
If I'm Pokelam, I go right back to Villager. It was working well. You beat him in winner's bracket. You just got a 2-0 him again like you did yesterday. Or earlier today, I'm not sure exactly when they fought, but still, you've got a chance, right? Your best character certainly can do it, right? I don't think that it's a terrible matchup or anything. I do think Ness might actually win the matchup, regardless of what can happen off stage. But yeah, man, this is I don't think Isabelle's the play. I'm gonna just say it right now. But I also can't fault Pokelam for trying because he did take a game with her.
Yeah, most definitely.
We're seeing Smash. Okay.
I like a lot of what I've seen with the Isabelle too. Like I like, of course, up tilt, that certainly helps. The fishing rod helps in certain cases as well, especially when Ness is kind of jumping around at a comfortable distance away to go for the back throw. But for the most part, I still think that Villager's options are a little bit stronger. Also, is Villager's grab range longer than Isabelle's too? It looked like the net was a little longer than Isabelle's. I'm not sure. So yeah, there's also that too. Anyway, though, you've spoken into reality. We're going Villager again for what could be final game for Pokemon. Don't want to call it too quick. There might be a donor, but we'll see how it plays out.
All right, good start for him so far, but BestNess responding immediately. You can't really ever count somebody out based on the first 40% because pretty much every character's got a quick little B&B to bring you up to that range. Oh, had to air dodge. Okay. Oh, Pokelam just a little slow on that forward smash. I don't know if he even could have made it to the ground in time, but BestNess probably thanking his stars that he's alive right now.
Oh, for sure. Okay, looking a little bit more refreshed right here with Villager. I want to see him. I want to see the same type of gameplay that he had, versus Yez. And I know, of course, Yez's recovery system is a little bit more. Oh my goodness! Well, it doesn't even matter right now because now he's in the deficit. He has no choice but to approach. But I was going to say I want to see that the same set play that he brought to the table there. I want to see him bring that here versus BestNess, but he's going to have to do it times 10 now, being in the deficit. Up smash, yes.
God, that move is so strong. I really can't get over how much better it is than it was in Smash 4. I know that was like 2 whole years ago since we've been playing that game, but you don't see much Villager, so that's mostly like, what I'm basing my opinion of this character off of. All right, Villager's starting to take some nasty, chunky hits here. We're going to see the up throw. Yeah, down throw won't combo, back throw won't kill. I like it. Oh my, imagine that got reflected too, and it went up and hit Villager in the face. Okay. Got BestNess just holding down the ledge. Pokelam going to slip underneath him, though. Is it too little too late to turn this around, though? I mean, you're down 70%. Your character not exactly known for the rush down. But, I don't know, a couple
you really
big
have
plays
to,
are in order.
I agree. Most definitely. We definitely need some big plays. And you really have to, like I said, the type of gameplay he had versus Yez. I know Yez was a little bit easier to punish, but, you have to kind of tap into that set play. Bring something new to the table. Oh my goodness, but Nair just, it looks like it lasts a little bit longer there because of the balloons. Your own tools kind of working against you there. BestNess looking prime and ready to close this thing out and take this home. But Pokelam, you gotta figure something out here and quick.
Yeah, he's throwing out a lot of stuff post PK Fire that I'm not a big fan of. Like, he's trying to be too aggressive and hit BestNess back in a lot of these situations, and you just gotta respect it, right? Like, take advantage of the fact that you escaped and just wait for what Ness is going to do afterward. Oh my god, these PK Fires at the ledge, though. Uh-oh. Oh, he's looking for a big spike.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the turnips, from what I've been hearing from the Villagers, don't quite hit the same in this game. They hit a little, oh my, did he just, oh my god. Well, we asked for a comeback. This could, oh my goodness, possibly be it here. Clanks with there just to eat a couple more. Oh, too early on the F smash. Back throw, yes sir.
Dude, I thought he was going to chop the tree down. It had a dent in it already. He could have done. Oh, and if he was just a little earlier, that would have been game 5 right there. Okay, BestNess still with a chance here to win the tournament right here and now. Oh, my lord.
Did he pocket? I don't think he pocketed it there, but he used it, of course, for intangibility. Get off me. Don't touch me. Back throw? No, sir. You'd be crazy to whiff a grab right there at that range. He's going to go for back there.
Oh, okay. Speaking of, gonna see one almost take Pokelam's life there. He's gonna be extra careful. I like that, but yeah, throws the Lloyd Rocket out, and BestNess is just ready for it. Oh, that's still techable. I thought he was certainly gonna get the red sparks and just lose his life right. Oh,
on borrowed time, BestNess closes it out. Wow, Grand Finals champion. Happy birthday, 2020.